All right, you guys ready? All right,
Mm-hmm.
guys, here we go. So we introduced the elements of the stories a couple days ago this week, kind of just briefly to get into it. Now we're kind of going to get into identifying and how using illustrations from the book and the text from the book to identify each of those elements. Okay. So for this lesson, let me share my screen real quick. We are going to be doing Grumpy Monkey Up All Night. Okay. Before that, let's kind of go over what the three elements we're going to go over today. So characters, plot, setting. So let me pull this up. So, uh, one, what is a character?
Grumpy Monkey.
Okay, but like, so what is like? Tell me what's a character like in a story? How would you identify a character?
Just from telling from the name of the book, he's grumpy all night and he's staying up.
Okay.
All night.
Well, no, just not the not this story. Just in general, like, what is a character for a story?
Inside and outside.
That's character traits, but like a character. So it's like pretty much it's the people in the story that they're talking about. Okay. So then you mentioned character trait. So what's a one inside character trait that a character can have?
Happiness, madness,
Okay, good
anger.
job. Okay, good job. Student two, can you give me your definition of a character?
Well, a character would be like a person in the story or someone that's like a main character or something.
Main character, perfect. Okay. Can you give me an example of outside trait for a character?
Their nose, their eyes, mouth.
Good job. Okay, so our next one we're going to be looking for is plot. What's your definition of a plot?
So basically, in the plot, there is a problem in the story of someone doing something wrong, and then it gets worse.
Mhm.
But then some other people and the person that caused the problem sometimes fix it.
Okay, good job. Student two, what's your example of or definition of plot?
Well, I think that at the beginning they start out on a high note, and then and near the middle they start getting a little problem in the story, and then by the end they fix it.
Good job. So yeah, so if we look at our poster right here, each story has a beginning, middle, and end. Usually the plot is the problem of the story, and it usually happens in the middle, and towards the end is how that problem is solved. So kind of guys both touching that. Very good. Good job. And then the last thing that element we're looking for is setting. What is your definition of a setting in a story?
My definition of setting is where the place is and when did it happen.
Okay, give me an example of where a story takes place.
Like, my story can be in space or in the desert.
Good job. Student two, what is your definition of, or you kind of touch on what student one said, what is your definition of a setting?
I say that a setting would be like what student one said. It would be where it happened and when it happened.
Good job. Can you give me an example of a setting? Student one said space, so what would be another example?
Day or nighttime.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so you guys did excellent. You guys gave me really good definition, really good examples. We're gonna watch a couple of videos that are gonna give us a little bit more detail about what it is. Okay, so the first one is gonna be what is the character? So I just want you guys to pay attention. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can't hear anything. Still no. No, I can't hear anything.
Just watch it. Okay? So from what we just saw right there, what can be characters?
Well,
Living, breathing things,
Okay.
not inanimate objects.
Okay. So like was it like a bear?
Me, not the iPad.
Okay. What about a dog being character?
Hmm?
A dog being character? Exactly. Good job. Okay. Okay.
Nope.
What do you guys think?
Yep. Nope. Does not have a brain.
Good job. Good job.
Yes.
Okay. So based off what we just heard, student one, give me one example that the video provided as a character. What would be a character?
They could think.
Okay, good job. Student two.
they can talk.
Okay. So wouldn't be example character.
Would be an example. Basically, it has to have feelings.
Okay, so give me what has feeling. Give me an example.
Oh, like an animal or an
An
insect?
animal. Good job. Student two. What's another one? We have animals. What are you? You're
Human.
human. There you go. Good job. Okay, guys. Now the next one that we're gonna watch. Oops, sorry. Is gonna be setting. Okay, this is gonna tell us a little bit about something. So I want you guys pay attention and see what we can get from this. Let this play real quick. Okay, here it goes.
Can't hear anything.
So what do you guys think your definition would be a setting in student one?
A setting would be like in a castle when it's raining and it's night.
Okay. Without using the pictures, what would your definition be?
Okay, so it would be,
I think didn't you say it can be a place, correct?
yeah, it could be
Okay.
a place.
Student two, what about you?
I think that a setting could be either a beach in the daytime or a grass field in the night.
Okay. What about time of place? Can that be a setting? Yeah. Okay, so let's see what their definition is. I'm gonna see he got a little ahead of himself. What were some time and places like settings that you've seen in stories before, student one?
Times and places. Like right now, it's cold, but soon it's gonna start raining, and it's sunny, and soon it's gonna be night.
Okay, good job. Student two, what's some examples that you've seen in story or that you can point out?
Or, well, it's windy and it's sunny, and it's also a little bit cloudy.
Okay, good job. Okay, awesome. I think you guys got the hang of this one. So let's check out our last one, which is going to be the plot. Okay, thank you so much for paying attention to listening, guys. This is one more. Here we go. All right, guys. So based off that, what do we know about plot? Well, I'm sorry, student one.
The plot, it's kind of like it's showing what happens, and then the problem and how they solved it.
Okay, so yeah, so like how it talked about how's the beginning. Usually that's when the problem starts. The middle is where to really get deep into the problem of the story, and towards the end, like how they fix it. Good job. Student two, you want to add anything to that?
No.
You said pretty much okay. So good job. Okay, so now to kind of help, I know it's a lot of information. I know it can be boring, it can be tired. So to kind of help us remember, I found this song that kind of talks about and sings about a way you can help you get yourself memorize the different stories of the element. Okay, so we're gonna listen up. Here we go.
You're welcome. I'll see you guys next time. I'll stop by again. I'll be back in class in about a week and a half ago. Bye.
right, good job, guys. So from that kind of help you guys kind of make it fun and kind of memorize some of the stuff. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get into our story. So our story is it's Grumpy Monkey. Okay, so what I'm gonna be doing is as the story's gonna be read, I'm gonna ask you guys some questions pertaining to the plot, setting, and characters. Okay, here we go. So right away, do we already have some characters already that we're looking at? Student one, what are some of the characters? Or what's one of them?
Norman.
Okay, student two, what's the other one?
Chimpanzee.
Good job. Another one then. Bite, oh no, we'll continue. Okay, guys. So based off the story we're listening to so far, where do you think the setting is? Student one.
The setting is in the jungle.
Okay, good job. Student two, why do we say that? Why do we say it's in the jungle? What are some clues that gives us it's in the that? Well, let student two answer.
Mainly because of the big tropical trees that we see throughout the story.
Okay.
There is.
And what about the characters too? What kind of characters are they?
There's a gorilla and a chimpanzee.
Good job. Yeah, good job. Okay. So do we kind of have an idea of what the story is about so far? What student two? What do you think?
I think it's about a monkey going over to a sleepover with his family.
Okay, sounds good. Student two, do you want to add anything to that? Student one, I'm sorry. Student one, I'm sorry.
The sleepover is during the day in the start.
Okay.
But then night later.
Okay. So let's continue to listen. So what's a new character that's introduced into the story? Student one.
Tim.
Tim. And what is he to one of the characters? He's what? How's he related?
Because Tim was Jim's brother.
Good job. So from what we've read so far, what do you think the main character or main characters are from this story so far? Student 2.
I would say that they are Tim, Norman, uh, Jim's family, and Jim.
Okay, yeah, that's safe. So what do you student 2 or student 1? What do you think the main character or main characters are?
Normal, Jim, and Tim.
Okay, so far, yeah, because so far we've been talking about Jim and Norman, and Tim is introduced to the story. So let's continue. So what do you think the plot or the problem in the story is so far?
Plot is
What's the point of if you've ever gone to a sleepover? What's kind of like the idea? What do you guys usually do?
stay up all night.
Stay up all night. But what happens if you stay up all night? What happens the next day?
You get mad and grumpy and cranky.
Student 2? What do you think?
I think that is correct.
Good job. Okay, let's finish. Okay, guys. Let it pause right now. Okay, guys. Trying to get it to pause right now. So, based off that, what was our plot? What was our plot of? Actually, let's talk characters. What are some of the characters, student 2, that we saw?
We saw Jim, Norman, Jim's family, and then Tim.
Okay. Yeah. So, and student 1, out of those characters, who do we say was the main character? What was the story all like? Who it focused on? Jim. Okay. Now setting. Let's go over again. Student 2. What was the setting at?
The setting was in the jungle to the Amazon forest.
Good job. Student 1. What was kind of like the time setting? Was it?
Time is in the evening and then midnight.
Good job. And then what was the plot? What was our problem of the story? What was it?
Problem was that Jim didn't get sleep.
Okay, so it made him what?
Very grumpy.
Grumpy. Why is he grumpy? Because did he sleep?
Hmm?
What, did he sleep at all?
Yes, at the end of the story.
At the end of the story, but like during the night, he tried to stay up all night, right? And he kept getting tired. The more he got tired, the more he got grumpy. Okay, so how did they end up solving the problem? What happened? He what?
He got grumpy.
He got grumpy and then he what? He fell asleep, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So we got this one worksheet that where it's kind of explain everything we do. We're going to kind of put our new knowledge to the test. So it says right here, the characters are who the story is mostly about. The setting is where the story mostly takes place. So we're going to read this little story and answer a question about it, okay? Student 1, can you read the first paragraph, please?
Okay. Bunny and Crow live in the forest. Bunny with soft white fur and long furry floppy ears. She lives in a nice little house under a rock. She likes to hop through bushes. She likes to visit her animal friends, but she wondered what the world outside the forest was like. Crow has shiny black feathers. His house is nice and is a nice nest at the top of a tree. He likes to fly above the forest. He likes to fly over rivers, towns, and outside the forest.
Awesome. Okay, student 2, who is the story mostly about? We're going to circle the best answers. So who was it about? Was it Bunny's house, Bunny and Crow, or Bear?
It was Bunny and Crow.
Good job. Okay. What about where does the story mostly take place? Is it the forest, the park, or the zoo? Student 1.
The forest.
Good job. Okay, guys. So now that was character and setting. We have another worksheet. It's gonna be about plot. So it says the middle of a story is called the plot. The plot that there's usually a problem in the middle of the story. So I believe this is the same. Yeah, so student 2, let's go ahead and read the first paragraph for me, just to refresh our memory. Go ahead.
Bunny and Crow live in the forest. Bunny has soft white fur and long floppy ears. She lives in a nice little house under a rock. She likes to hop through the bushes. She likes to visit her animal friends, but she's always wondered what the world outside the forest was like. The crow has shiny black feathers. His house is a nice nest at the top of a tree. He likes to fly above the forest. He likes to fly over the rivers and towns outside the forest. One day, Bunny saw a crow sitting in a tree. "Hello, Crow," she called. "Can you tell me what the world outside the forest is? What the world is like outside the forest?" So Crow told Bunny all about the rivers and towns outside the forest. Bunny and Crow became good friends.
Okay, thank you, student 2. Good reading. All right, student 1, first question. What is the problem in the middle of the story? Circle the best answer. Crow doesn't like his house in the treetop. Bunny wants to know what the world is like outside the forest. Bunny doesn't have any friends. What's the problem, student one?
The number 2. Bunny wants to know what the world is like outside the forest.
Good job. Okay, guys. So I think you're getting the concept here. I know this has been long. I thank you for listening and paying attention. We'll continue the more of this a little bit later, okay? Thank you, guys.